Oh, Merry Christmas! How do I look? Huh? Well, I had to wear this. It's a request from one of our viewers. Okay, so today we are celebrating Christmas, or this whole month we've been getting ready for Christmas, and I am bringing a special gift for all of you. And the gift is a special recipe, a cake recipe all the way from London. So we have a very, very close friend of ours who is a very, very well-known chef in London. I am not authorized to say where he works, but his name is Chef Jomon. Chef Jomon has shared one of the most popular dishes that they serve at the location. So this recipe is actually on behalf of Chef Jomon. We want to extend our love and appreciation for sharing this recipe with us. So without further ado, let me show you how it's done. And before we go any further, technology has become very, very smart. I mean, it's at the tip of your fingers, right? So we can do FaceTime or WhatsApp, whatever things that you want to do in case if you run to an issue. So the recipe was actually sent by WhatsApp, and it says that we need to cook. So their scales, the units, or their the way they cook there, the temperature and the degrees and everything is totally different. We use Fahrenheit, they use Celsius. So I had to do a little bit of preparation for this. But here's what I have. The chef asked to have two. So he asked to have a 20 centimeter round deep pan, and it has to be 20 centimeter round deep pan. And he asked me to butter it, and also have two parchment paper lined, and also two parchment paper to cover on top while it goes into the oven. That's first thing. Second of all, he said there is no what is it? It's not there is no. This recipe calls for a little bit of preparation ahead of time. So what I did, his recommendation is 100 grams of glazed cherries, 100 grams of ready to eat dried apricots, 275 grams of currants, 175 grams of sultans, which is raisins, and 175 grams of raisins. So there's the black one and the golden one. We also will be using 50 grams of candied peel, 5 tablespoons of amaretto. Now that is an alcohol that they get over there. We don't get that. We can use rum, brandy, or whatever of your choice is. And we are going to continue with this. 225 grams of plain flour. So you definitely do need to use a scale for this. It's really hard to top it off in a cup measurement. So I did use the scale to get the correct measurements all according to this recipe. He also mentioned that I should have half a teaspoon of grated nutmeg and half a teaspoon of ground mixed spice. Now this can be either garam masala of your choice, or you can use the pumpkin spice, the pumpkin pie spice. And the next we will be using is 225 grams, which is 2 sticks, or close to 1 cup of unsalted butter. Now the recipe calls for 225 dark muscovado sugar, which is brown sugar. I had to go really deep in learning all these new languages. I mean, I'm a plain old person, right? 4 large eggs, 50 grams of chopped almonds, and 1 tablespoon of black treacle. Now treacle is molasses. And we'll also be using 1 orange rind of grated. So that's this. I got everything ready, and I was doubting, oh my gosh, they're not using baking powder, baking soda, vanilla essence, none of the typical thing that we use here. And he said, no, this is not like that. This is like a basic pudding type cake that they usually serve at the restaurant. So if you prefer that you want to have baking soda, please do add. It's just half a teaspoon, not more than that. So the procedure is very, very simple. Take a large pan, have your sieve ready, and dump all your all-purpose flour into it. So that's all our all-purpose flour. I'm adding half a teaspoon of baking soda and that 1 teaspoon combined of garam masala and pumpkin pie spice. All of that. Okay. Now let's give it a good mix, making sure that everything will be well combined. Now you may be noticing that we are not using salt in this recipe, and that's because we're using nuts along with this. If you have pistachios, they come in already roasted, dry roasted and salted. So if you like to add, in case if you didn't get any of the ones that mentioned in the recipe, you could substitute it with cashews, pistachios, or almonds, your choice. Okay, our dry ingredients are all ready to go. Now that's well mixed, I know for sure. In the meantime, next thing what we're going to do is go to our handy dandy standing mixer, and we're going to add in 4 eggs and all of the butter. My butter was already in room temperature with all the lights and everything. They started melting, I'm sorry. So it's ready to go. I'm just going to pour it in. It's very cold here, so we have the heater going on as well as all the lights that help with the melting the butter. So that's all our butter in, along with brown sugar goes in, all of that. Now let's start this mixture going. All right, let's start on a low speed. Okay, our brown sugar and butter has come to a nice soft texture. Now we're going to add 1 egg at a time. In goes our 1 egg. Let's combine. Two. Three. That's our final egg. So in the in-between, let's scrape down the bottom of the pan so that we know for sure all that butter and sugar, everything is well combined. Because next we're going to be adding all the dry ingredients. We want to make sure this is all well mixed into it. That's good. Let's give it one more whip. Okay, that's good. Let's get it down. Alright, so I just got the paddle attachment away, and now this is how it looks like. Into this mixture, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of molasses. Okay, that's 1 tablespoon. Let's give it a good mix. After you add the molasses, okay, now slowly we will add the rest of the flour in. Before I go for any further, I'm going to preheat my oven. The recipe asks for that I should have my oven be preheated to 150 Celsius. That is, we need a conversion here, 150 is 302 degrees in Fahrenheit. That's what we're going to be doing. Bake 302. Start. Okay, let that baby go, and we'll go back to the recipe. So as per chef's request, we were to cut up all our dry ingredients into bite-sized pieces so they all cook evenly while baking. So preventing from sinking to the bottom, you're going to take 2 spoonfuls of flour that we have ready and coat this. Perfect. It's well coated. Let that baby sit for a minute or two while we mix our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. So next what we're going to do is add 1 rind of orange peel into this mix and blend that in. The fresh smell of orange, nice citrus. Like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. In goes our all-purpose flour and spices along with the baking soda. Let's do half-half. My kids were helping me get all the things ready. So I believe it was my younger daughter who actually got the orange zest ready. She heard me wrong. She thought I said 2, so that's actually, I just needed 1. She did extra work for me. Gotta give her a good tip. Extra big slice of this cake would be good. Okay. Next goes rest of our dry ingredients. Okay, let's give it a good mix of that last bit of batter. While you're mixing, you can definitely get all the spice smell. I mean, it's a lot like Christmas. That's what it looks like. Really nice. Beautiful. Such soft silk. That's what it looks like. Look at this. Huh? Very good. Now let's add in our dried fruits and nuts. There you go. My oven is preheated. Well preheated. Let's give it a mix. Okay. And goes the rest of it. Chef is actually expecting a call from us. He wants to see how well did I do the mixing. Last time I actually tried this recipe a couple of times and it was not up to the level of Chef. So he said, no, you got to try it again. I was like, okay. Let's give it a good whip, making sure everything is well coated. Get all that sides, the very bottom. Okay, that looks beautiful. Nice, chunky, colorful. Got all the fruits that I can get my hands on. All right, so let's give a call to our dear friend, Chef. Let's see if he will pick up. Oven preheat either ready ಆಗಿ ವೆಚ್ಚು. As per your instruction, I got the thing to be at 150 degrees.
150 degree, yeah.
So the cooking time you mentioned was for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to see everything? Yeah.
Okay, and the tray greased.
Yes, sir. tray is greased and with parchment paper.
Okay.
And you asked me to cover it with another parchment paper.
Yeah, because it might caramelize faster because of dried fruits.
Oh, okay. So we have a question here for you.
Okay.
In usually Kerala rum cake or plum cake, they usually add rum and vanilla essence and everything else, caramelized sugar, right? But with this recipe, we didn't have to go, we just had to cut through all that. We were able to use molasses and brown sugar. Will we get the same effect?
We do get the same effect. Basically, beyond like.
Yes, English, yes.
Okay. So are you already fermented your fruits?
Yes. You asked for me, yeah, you asked to prep it.
So when you're fermenting your fruits, that itself gives you a flavor.
Mm.
So you don't need to add an extra fortifying liquors to add the flavor on. So you will get the exactly result what you're looking for.
Okay. And thank you so much for sharing this recipe with us. And you mentioned this is one of your top sellers in your restaurant. Would you like to share your restaurant name and details?
I do work with one of the boutique hotels in London.
Okay.
It's called Lily. It has got a big branch back in India.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 15 five-star hotels, and the first across property across the sea is Lily, London.
Wow. And you are
working there as a head chef.
A head chef?
Yep.
So on a
we call them as a chef. The cuisine that literally means is a head chef.
Okay. And you also been on MasterChef?
Yeah, on the last year, yes.
Yeah.
I was there on BBC Celebrity MasterChef, and I got a chance to train a couple of celebrities who came to my kitchen. So that's been recorded and telecasted on BBC.
Very nice. There will be a rush of friends coming your way after with this video being updated.
No worries. They can follow me on Instagram.
Okay. And anything else you want to share with our Career TV viewers?
For the viewers, have a great Christmas. Try the recipes out. Cook at home. I hardly cook at home. My wife cooks well. So I don't need to cook much time. Need to cook much time at home. But still, I've seen many of the recipes are really good.
Keep
going.
Thank you.
And all the very best for your upcoming videos. Have a great time.
Thank you. And we want to wish you and your whole family a very, very Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, dear.
Yeah? Have a splendid time. Thanks, babe. Thank you. Hi. Ready for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, baby. How are you? How I saw you on your videos with the photos and everything. You guys were giving away gifts? Yeah. Who did you give it to? Was it your friends or your teacher? Yeah?
Your friends, right?
Yeah. Your friends. Where's your sissy? Hi, sissy. How are you? Baby's all sound asleep. Mama Bear, are you ready?
You got the hat.
Yeah.
Are you off work too? Huh?
You got the hat.
You do like my hat? Your papa told me to wear a hat. Didn't you, Papa?
So have a great one.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Drive safe, okay? Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. There's no holidays for chefs.
Oh, no. We of course.
Especially on Christmas days.
But you will have a splendid time.
Thank you very much, dear. Have a great one.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. So that was Chef, and he came online. So sweet of him. It's like past 11:15 over there, and they just went out to grab something to eat. It's 24th evening there. 24th Eve there. And as a chef, they barely get any holidays off. So when we have a restaurant time, we never think about the background stories, what they actually go through to put that plate together. So I want to appreciate all the support that he has given us. I mean, you saw how friendly he is, and his whole family, the whole family was there. The kids were so fabulous. He has 3 daughters. They're all very cute, just like their mama. So it's really nice to see. And another Malayali, a head chef in London. That too, he's been training lots of people and also been in the MasterChef on BBC. You can see follow his Instagram. He has a few tips and tricks that you can also try it out. Anyway, let's put our cake into the tin and onto the oven. All right, hold on. Hi, Chef.
Hello?
Hi, Chef.
Yep.
How does this look?
I think you can reduce a bit because it might overflow a bit more.
Okay.
So reduce a bit.
All right. Okay, so make it into 2 pans, right?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, do one thing. Wait. Instead of putting in 2 bags, why don't you make some cupcakes?
Same
The same
batter?
batter.
Same batter into
Yeah.
cupcakes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's
maybe
see
I
the
can
ratio
take
for the kids.
maybe I can make about 6 of them. 6 cupcakes out of this.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine.
So 6 cupcakes and the rest into cake form.
Yeah. You can just add another cupcakes for your kids.
Ah,
Some
nice.
pastries on.
Okay, so this is where the executive chefs come in handy, giving ideas. Very good. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so I filled up the pan 3/4 way, and then Chef, I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing everything right according to exactly what Chef wanted me to do. And he mentioned that it's a little bit on the higher level. There's a chance that it can overflow. So why don't you make cupcakes out of it? I actually took that into consideration, and I just got some silicone cup paper mates and transferred a few of them, and I just made a dozen of them. Hopefully, there'll be enough, right? Okay, so the oven is already preheated. Let's go and turn these in. Okay, on the middle rack. Oh, before I go, I had to put the cupcakes in first, and before I put the cake pan, I had to cover it because it will caramelize fast. In goes. Okay, and let's put a timer on for 30 minutes. Waiting starts. Our 30-minute wait starts now. Tick tock, tick tock. I'm like a little kid now. Been baking so much. I mean, I don't know how many cakes did I make over this December. I've tried. So here's what I want to talk to you about something. You guys been asking so many questions, and I haven't responded to it because I wasn't ready to how to answer your questions because I'm just starting in. I'm a newbie, right? So that it takes some time for me to gel through my thing. So some of the questions that you are asking is, how did you get the idea of calling a friend the other day? How did you make connections? And here's what the answer is. I want to let everybody know, if you have a recipe on hand and you like to share it and be featured on Curry TV, please mail it to me or email it to me. You can contact me through Curry TV or Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. What else do you want? You can also contact me through Facebook. Social media is so beautiful, so easy. Just check up Curry TV. So if you have a recipe that you like to have it featured on Curry TV, don't wait a minute. And I like to call back my pen pals, all who have already submitted their recipes. Those people I can definitely rely on. I know they are great cooks, and I'm not saying you guys are not. I didn't say that. But I have personally tried their recipes, and so I do call them out and say, hey, can you please help me with such recipe? And if my taste buds are right, it comes out really good all the time. So if you have a recipe like that and you'd like to share it with us, don't wait anymore. Start writing them or texting them or sharing them through Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. The floor is yours, and I love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much. Let's wait 20 some minutes and we'll be back. Well, there you have it. Our cake came out beautifully, very, very nice, and we try to create a snow white effect. Even though we don't have snow outside, we try to create our snow inside. It came out so nice, and it smells amazing in here. We were able to make a dozen cupcakes, but as you can tell, we had sneak peekers coming in and snatching them away. But I was able to save a few. So with this batter, you should not fill it completely to the rim of the cake tin. 3/4 of the way, because it will rise. And so that's my experience. And the cooking time was also different from what they mentioned in the recipe book. So the recipe calls out for 30 minutes, which I did for the first initial setting, but then I had to, the cupcakes came out perfect, but the cake took another 40 minutes or so. So it depends on which pan you're using. So close to an hour is the cooking time I would recommend for this recipe if you're making a cake itself. But other than that, it's a great experience cooking like this. My first experience, and I want to thank Chef Jomon and his rest of the crew who actually helped me with all the help, translating things. I believe they are more, the language that they use in the culinary side, I'm not so familiar with. So there was a little bit of a learning curve there. But through it all, they were very, very helpful, even though they are like head chefs, executive chefs, pastry chefs. They were all wonderful, amazing people. So I want to thank each and every one of you. We wish all of our viewers a very merry, happy Christmas. And this is our first Christmas with you all. I hope I brought something special that you can recreate in your household and wow somebody that you love. Or you want to make some surprises, go for it. So thank you so much for tuning into Curry TV. We'll see you next time. And please, for the notifications and updates from us, you got to hit that bell icon and the subscribe button. Then you'll be notified with the new recipes that we've been trying it out here. I'll try to create more recipes that is more interesting for you guys. And see you guys next time. All right? Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas from all of us here.